fucking hate flying. Took off again, and then we just heard the tire pop. I was like, fuck. And we're like, shit, this is not good at all.
There was a home invasion that was targeting Post Malone.
A violent home invasion that sent people to the hospital.
Yeah.
God hates me, huh? Almost a plane, almost a car.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing a Haunted Hollywood episode. If you guys are unaware of what Haunted Hollywood is a series I started on my channel that was inspired by celebrity ghost stories. If you guys have not seen that, it is incredible. It's a whole bunch of celebrities that share their paranormal experiences with the public. The idea of people that are well known, that have made a name for themselves and have created some sort of following by their talents, whether you be a musician or an actor, however you got your fame. The fact that these famous people have chosen to share their paranormal experiences, to me, is just incredibly fascinating and sometimes can make the experiences seem a little bit more credible. But before I get into this video, I have a little tiny rant, so I'll leave a timestamp right there for you guys so you can skip this and just go straight into the video for those of you that are not interested in hearing anything else that I have to say. But if you are, I'm sure you guys are wondering why there's a paranormal video when I have been saying that I'm not going to have any paranormal videos for a while and that I was going to be trying something different on my channel. I did a way more in-depth explanation just chatting with you guys that is going over on my second channel as soon as this video is live, and I will link it up there so that you can go and watch it if you would like to. But basically, I have decided to go back to paranormal content and all things spooky and unusual on this channel and to never post anything that is anything but that, because that is kind of how my audience grew over here. I know it's what you guys really want and I want to be able to honor that. But at the same time, I know that a lot of you guys are interested in those other videos that are story times, non-paranormal related things, me being goofy and funny, vlogs, and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to be posting those every single week on my second channel, which is where the more in-depth video of me talking about this is going to be live at. So if you guys would like to go over and subscribe to that channel to get extra content from me every single week, along with all of these paranormal videos, then make sure you guys go subscribe. I will be chatting with you guys over there, so I hope to see you there if you do choose to subscribe to my second channel. I also need to figure out a name for it because currently it's Kai Vlogs because I originally made it for a vlog channel, but I do want to switch things up. But today we are going to be talking about Post Malone's paranormal experiences and the idea that maybe he was cursed by the Dybbuk box in 2018 when he visited Zak Bagans Haunted Museum. Now, I know that the story is done and over with. It's old. A lot of people don't care about it anymore. I found it to be very fitting for this series, and I know that there are a lot of people on my channel that enjoy hearing my thoughts and opinions about certain things like this, so I thought I would go ahead and do it anyways. And it's a plus that I absolutely love and adore Post Malone. He is incredible. If you don't love Post Malone, then what are you doing with your life? I fucking love him. He's amazing. And the fact that he's had paranormal experiences of his own that I'm assuming probably drew him to Zak Bagans and then becoming friends, etc., etc. I just think that's incredibly fascinating. So this story is very interesting because in August of 2018, Post Malone had a string of bad luck. A lot of these things that occurred could have actually taken his life, which is very scary, especially someone who's a fan of him. It's very sad to imagine, and a lot of people were absolutely terrified. He continued to have these really terrifying, scary, huge things happen in his life. Post Malone was born Austin Richard Post on July 4th in 1995 in Syracuse, New York. When he was a child, he claimed to have had a few paranormal experiences of his own. Now, I had actually watched a podcast that he had done sharing some of his paranormal experiences.
So the first night I was sleeping on the couch, and so say if you dropped a bowling ball on a marble floor, that sound that it would make. I heard that on the underneath me. So the ceilings are 20 foot high. I want you to tell me how that fucking happens. I went home after that. I came back the weekend after. I was in school. I was 14. And so we sit down, and then we hear a noise, like a stomp, like a boom right behind us. And then we're like, oh shit, okay, we know it's creepy, but let's figure it out. Let's see what's going on. All night the cat sounds like she's getting thrown against the wall, dying. Dying, going crazy, all that shit. Okay. And we stayed up until the next morning. And then the next time we went there, I was determined to fucking figure shit out. Okay. I was like, okay, let's get to the bottom of this.
Right.
So I downloaded a white noise machine. I started feeling sick. Literally the sickest I could ever fucking be.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I felt I had like the worst headache. I was cold as fuck. It felt like the flu. And whenever I went downstairs, I felt completely better.
I can't help but wonder if he was attracted to and became friends with Zak Bagans through the like-minded interest of the paranormal. Because if you guys have been with me on this channel for a while, you know I've had a lot of experiences in my life with the paranormal, and that is what drew me to it and made me interested in it, is because I feel drawn to it. And when you have experiences that are incredibly terrifying when you're a kid, whether people believe it or not, it does kind of pique your interest and make you really fascinated about it and drawn into it in a way that other people who never had an experience can't quite understand. And I feel as though the younger you are when you start having these experiences, the more likely you are to be interested in it when you're older, or want absolutely nothing to do with it because it scared you. So let's start at the beginning, prior to Post Malone's experiences that he had, and where people think that this came from. There are a lot of people that believe that Post Malone was actually cursed, and that is the reason why he had such a string of bad luck where a ton of different things happened. So Post Malone in June of 2018 visited Zak Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. I actually went there last October with some of my friends, and I saw the Dybbuk box myself. Now, if you guys don't know anything about the Dybbuk box, it is said to be incredibly haunted. It's said to be cursed, and that if you touch it, if you go near it without it in its glass, that you can have a ton of really bad things happen to you. People have claimed that they've had horrible experiences from the Dybbuk box, but it's also all in theory. I was excited to see it, and I was not nervous to see it whatsoever, because I am very skeptical over what I think about it. I do think that it is overhyped personally, but I'm just really skeptical of anything that I believe that didn't come from myself necessarily. So it is a little bit hard for me to just jump to believing everything I hear about something. But I was really excited to see it, and after I left, like right after I left the museum, I had a really bad string of luck that could be connected to the Dybbuk box, because it wouldn't be the first time somebody visited it and had horrible things happen to them, but at the same time, I did have the worst year of my life in 2019. But some of the things that happened to me was I had a tornado hit my house after we went there, and not only did the tornado hit my house, but it formed right over my home. On the way back from that trip where I saw the Dybbuk box, Mark and I got stuck in a blizzard. Our car broke down. I lost my keys. We ended up having to book 2 hotels on the way home that we were not originally going to book, just because of all of the crazy things that ended up happening. It took us forever to get home, and then once we did, we came home to a house that had tornado damage. Those are some of the things that happened. If you guys would like to hear the full video, I will link it up there, but I had just seen the Dybbuk box. So this is something that does make me wonder if maybe it could potentially be true. Normally when you visit the Dybbuk box, they have it in a glass case, because there are some insane things that have occurred with this box. So they keep it in a glass case so that you can't touch it, and they think that it makes it more safe. Now, I don't know if it does or not, because I didn't even touch the glass that the Dybbuk box was in, and I had all of that stuff happen, you know what I mean? But when Post Malone visited it, Zak Bagans took the glass off, and there's actually a video of this, because in his museum he keeps up security cameras everywhere, captures every single angle of the museum, and they've actually caught a lot of paranormal experiences in the museum on camera, and I want to do an entire video on just that as well. But while Post Malone and Zak were in the room with the Dybbuk box, you can see that Zak Bagans puts his hand on the box, and Post Malone reaches over and touches Zak. They say that this was enough contact for Post Malone to get cursed. This is obviously just a rumor. This is just speculation. It's just alleged. Nobody knows that this is true. This video, it's very odd because they go running out of the room after. Some people speculate that this was just them putting on a show, that they were doing this knowing that it was being recorded and that it was going to be spooky, that it was going to get a lot of attention and stuff like that. But you cannot fake the things that Post Malone had happen after he visited Zak Bagans Museum. After Post Malone's experience visiting the Dybbuk box, he was in a plane accident, and luckily it wasn't anything that was fatal, but the tires blew off of the plane during takeoff.
We took off, and apparently there was a sensor in the back that like flipped out, so we landed, and we took off again, and then we just heard the tire pop. It was like bah! And then like fucking, I don't know if it was smoke or whatever, just was coming in. And we're like, shit, this is not good at all. We were just stuck in the air for so long, not knowing if whenever we go down doing fucking flybys and shit.
I mean, they always say when you're in a situation like that, you know, your life flashes before your eyes. Like, you start thinking about all these things. Like, where was your mindset and mentality at in that
I just
moment?
put everybody in a big group text. Tell them I love them.
I don't know if you've ever been on a plane before, but you don't want anything going wrong when you are on a plane. It always pops up in your head a little bit, the possibility that you could crash. And if you are in a plane crash, you're probably gonna die. He could have been hurt, but he was totally fine. That's not the only thing that happened to Post Malone after he saw the Dybbuk box. 3 armed robbers robbed Post Malone's house in the San Fernando Valley.
There was a home that Post used to own, or used to live at, and these guys smashed in a window. One of the guys was there was a tourist because he kind of rented the house for the weekend. He came to find out what's happened. He got pistol whipped, violently pistol whipped. They took cell phones, cash, and jewelry, and at the point they were looking like, hey, where's Post? Where's Post Malone?
He could have been killed. He could have been shot and killed. I'm sure you guys know about what happened to Kim Kardashian in Paris, where her jewelry was stolen and they tied her up and all that stuff. Like, I remember hearing about that story, and I'm not a fan of the Kardashians, but I remember hearing that and just feeling horrible for what she had to have experienced and how absolutely traumatizing that could be. Like, if someone breaks into your house or in your hotel or whatever when you are a famous person, you are lucky if they don't kill you. There's a lot of people that have it out for famous people. It could have been so much worse had he been inside. Now, the last thing that happened that could have also been incredibly fatal was another accident. His Rolls Royce got into a car accident that destroyed his car. Post Malone was in the passenger seat of his Rolls Royce when he was in a serious car accident that did serious damage to his Rolls Royce.
My Rolls Royce is total, bro. Hey.
Nobody needs to see you.
As long as you're right, man, that's all that matters.
I guess so, man.
And the other people are right too?
God hates me, huh? Almost a plane, almost a car. God.
Damn, yeah, you had the plane problem the other week, huh?
Kill me, man.
Luckily, once again, Post Malone was unharmed. Like, I don't know how he had so many terrifying things happen to him in such a short period of time, and all of them were things that could have been fatal, and he survived all of them and was unharmed in all of them. I don't know what he must have been thinking around that time, if he was thinking like, wow, like I should never go to Zak Bagans Museum and see the Dybbuk box again because that shit fucking cursed me. Like, I don't know if he thought that. I'm inclined to believe that he did, just because he had paranormal experiences, and also he could have touched the Dybbuk box himself, so he had to have some sort of belief that it was dangerous because he doesn't touch it himself. And you know, he's clearly interested in the paranormal if he's visiting a haunted museum and if he's friends with Zak. So, you know, it makes you wonder if he feels that he was cursed by the Dybbuk box. I couldn't help but wonder if maybe I could have potentially been cursed or got something from visiting it, just because I had such extreme things happen after we went there. And it was funny too, because me and my friends, we would joke about like visiting the Dybbuk box and something happening and just kind of make fun of it, because none of us were really sure what we thought about the Dybbuk box specifically. But you cannot ignore that I had really weird things happen after we visited. I am curious to hear what you guys think. Do you think that Post Malone was cursed by the Dybbuk box, and what do you think about the Dybbuk box itself? I'm still not entirely sure my thoughts on it, even after the experiences that I've had, which once again, you guys need to watch that video if you haven't yet, because it's insane the types of things that had happened after we left there. And I also think the video of him and Zak like darting out of the room was just very interesting. You'll have to let me know your thoughts on this down below if you guys watch this video all the way through. Do you think that Post Malone was cursed from the Dybbuk box, or do you think that it was coincidental and that it wasn't related at all? If you guys have not seen any of my other Haunted Hollywood videos, I have one on Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, Ozzy Osbourne, and I also have a The Ghost of on Michael Jackson. I will leave my Haunted Hollywood playlist down below so you guys can go and check that out and watch all my other videos in the series if you guys have not yet. And also on my channel over here, we like to leave emojis down in the comments because it lets me know that you guys finished my video all the way through. So if you guys watch this video from beginning to end, the emojis that I would like you to leave is a little microphone and the Z's for the tired emoji, because Post Malone has always tired tattooed under his eyes. And that will let me know that you guys watched it all the way through. And the interaction, leaving comments on my videos, helps them do so much better, and I really, really appreciate it, and I love seeing you guys filling up the comments with emojis down below. It leaves everyone who doesn't know that we leave emojis here wondering why it's filled with that. Also, if you guys are interested, you can go and subscribe to my second channel. I uploaded a video at the same time as this one, letting you guys know about the changes that I'm making and what to expect, and just chatting a little bit more casually, a little bit less scripted, and having a good time. It's just a place where you can get extra content from me. And also, if you're unaware, I have an Etsy shop where I make handmade jewelry and junk journals, and I currently have a bunch of beautiful floral necklaces. They're very antique and Victorian looking, that are for sale in my shop if you guys are interested, and they're only $30, and they're handmade by me, and it helps support me, and I appreciate it more than you guys know. But I am gonna go ahead and wrap this video. Be expecting a ton more videos like this. I have so many plans, so many that I'm so excited to film and to chat with you guys about and hear your thoughts on. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Go check out my second channel. I hope that you guys are having a spooky day or night, whatever it is where you are, and I will see you in my next video.